Equity expert Dr. Rosemary Allen is joining us to talk about the importance of childhood mental health and how it connects to these tragic events. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Two 18-year-old shooters, it's just hard to comprehend. So talk about why early childhood mental health is so important.
It's in early childhood that we have this amazing opportunity to really promote healthy social-emotional development. We can help children learn how to regulate, self-regulate. We teach children how to handle those big emotions. And we have to be careful not to assume children know, but we have to intentionally teach them how to handle disappointment, frustration, and anger. And when we teach them very young, we lay this amazing foundation that will last throughout their adulthood.
So we're saying these were 18-year-old shooters here. So talking about early childhood, education for youth, do you think that that can prevent shootings like what we've recently seen?
Absolutely, I think so. Because what we know, what research shows, is that children who exhibit extreme, violent, aggressive behaviors are much more at risk to become very angry, violent, aggressive adults without intervention. But when we provide the intervention by helping children self-regulate, by helping them handle anger, frustration, disappointment, then those skills become a strong foundation for them to grow up with and to be able to express as they become older.
What are some of the symptoms of mental health disorders in children?
Well, we know that children have a hard time handling big emotions. So we see typical behaviors, tantruming, throwing chairs, screaming, running away. But when we are concerned about a child, we watch how they interact with each other, how they play with others, how they learn, the things that they do. We want to see how they're handling emotions. And if it becomes extreme, if we are concerned, that's when mental health professionals are called in to help us to help that child self-regulate and handle those emotions.
How does early childhood mental health intervention help out later in life?
It lays that foundation. Just imagine the things that we learn early. We know that 90% of a child's brain is developed in early childhood. Imagine the opportunities we miss when we don't focus on healthy social-emotional development. We can teach these competencies very, very young. And again, it lays this foundation so that when they're adults, they already know how to respond to big emotions. They already understand how to handle frustrations, how to control impulses, and how to self-regulate.
It's kind of like nipping it in the bud when things start at a young age. Like you see it, you identify it, and you start to address it then instead of letting it build over time.
Absolutely. This is our opportunity. We have to be very, very intentional. Corey, not only for externalizing behaviors, but we have to pay attention to those quiet children with internalizing behaviors, those who don't interact with others, those who do not have a lot of friends, those who may have been bullied and not have anyone to stand up for them. Without intervention, these become really, really big problems. But again, in early childhood, we use what we call a public health model of promotion, prevention, and intervention. So we promote positive pro-social behaviors. We prevent a lot of things that are triggering in a child's environment. And then when things become extreme and children need more supports, then we have the interventions that have been proven successful to neutralize some of this behavior that we're seeing.
Right. It's very clear something more needs to be done, right? And it's good that we're really talking about this. Dr. Allen, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Really important and timely topic right now. And again, we have had a really tough stretch of news in recent weeks. Now, news that really hits close to home for us here in Colorado. So if you're struggling, you need someone to talk to, take advantage of the Colorado Crisis Services line. It's available 24/7. The number's on your screen. It's 844-493-8255. And you can also text the word TALK to 38255.